Well, I've had my HCX1 for about a month now, and I've put in several hours of camera work. The camera does a lot of great things and is a whole lot of fun. But today, we're going to talk about the biggest drawback of this camera, and something that can get really frustrating the more you use the camera: the LCD screen.
Issues with the view screen.
A 3.5-inch touchscreen LCD sounds good. However, the best part about it might be the cool way the screen retracts into the camera for protection. After that, there are a lot of little things that make you wish they did a bit of a better job on this feature. To make a long story short, the screen is kind of good, but the touchscreen is awful and almost unusable, especially when compared to a DSLR screen, which is far superior. Okay, I'm being a little overdramatic. The screen is a necessity on a camera like this, especially when I'm getting handle shots or quick hits. It's a nice size and it shows a lot of good information on the screen, when you can see it, that is. The glare from the sun at times will make it unusable, but that is what the viewfinder is for. The screen does rotate, which is good, but there are two issues here. First, it only rotates in one dimension: forward, up, and back. That means if you are standing on the side of the camera, you can't point the screen towards you, something I used to do a lot when conducting interviews or fitting into tight corners. Second, when you are recording yourself and you flip the viewfinder to face you while you're in front of the lens, the display disappears. You can't see any of the settings unless you flip the thing back behind the lens, and you have to go back and forth. Super frustrating for those solo shots. This leads to you recording something and you don't even notice the audio is off or the shutter speed is wrong because you can't see it yourself, until you move behind the camera and flip the screen again. I did find a workaround, but it's really weird and you have to look at the screen upside down. Not ideal. So far, we've talked about some small things that I wish were tweaked, but do not ruin the camera. But the big whopper is a big one: the touchscreen. The first thing you will notice when working with the touchscreen function is that it's not the same type of touchscreen as your phone. In fact, it's a really old school style touchscreen where you really have to put pressure on the screen to make the buttons work. This leads to a lot of frustration. Hitting buttons too soft that don't work, then hitting them so hard the camera shakes. It really negates a cool feature like the touchscreen focus shift. Your other option for seeing the scene is the viewfinder, which is very good. The eye cup, not so much. It's very flimsy and will often turn inside out. You may want to replace it. And you will really have to get used to the thing auto-switching on and off between the screen and the viewfinder, an issue which we can discuss later in another video. So what else can you do? Well, you can find a hood to block the sun, you can up the brightness a bit in the menu, you can avoid the touchscreen and use the menu wheel, you can use two hands to steady the camera when pressing the screen, you could stick to the viewfinder, but really, you can just get all the great footage you want and get used to this small issue from a great camera. If you have any issues with the LCD screen on the HCX1 or any tips to using it, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe!